Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it is your first time here. My name's Kevin Morales. I am just a guy, but I am building a mid-engine Subaru, building everything for the most part myself. I've got a few folks helping me out along the way, but I've got a two-door GC Coupe, also kind of known as a 22B. Not really a 22B. We'll have to add a couple zeros to the price point there. But building a mid-engine 22B GC Coupe, and the engine's going in the back. I've got a lot of stuff I've been working on. For those of you that do tune in, I've basically got the rear framework pretty much put together. I've tried to sign off on it probably 3 or 4 times now, but I keep having revisions. I'm trying to get everything perfect before I get this thing in the car. I don't want to have to goof around too much after the fact. So take a look at kind of where I'm at. As you saw last time, we got kind of everything in the mail from TSS Fab. We'll go back over some individual parts reviews. Stuff went together super nice. I've got some tuning to do to make it fit the way I need it to. But I've actually had to do a lot of work to this since, kind of knowing what I know from basically getting all the hubs and everything on there. It was very clear that the rear was going to be kind of misaligned. So the axles, CV axles, would have been basically cocked back. So the engine was it was almost 2 inches further forward. And then from there, that kind of caused a few other issues as I adjusted that. So I got the trans mount redone. Luckily, I only tacked that in place. Learned that from a mistake not long ago, so I did that. And then basically got that moved back, got it aligned. It's the same height, but if you've noticed also, I took a big chunk out here. Used to basically have another tube here that went straight down, and as you can guess, it would go straight into the side of the engine and the bell housing there. So did some change up there. This is 1/8 inch plate, and I even cut the lower section there in an angle to clear the trans. I've been looking at lots of different things online, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to have trouble fitting a 6-speed in here now, knowing what I know. But I'm trying to get some measurements so I can tell where this thing's gonna be. So, and then from there, what we're working on today is the front engine mount, the cross member. I got that all tore back apart, cut it back apart, and what I did, and I'm feeling really good about the placement, basically the lower links are gonna slide in right basically forward of the rear lateral link, or I guess the forward lateral link. And yeah, it's going to be really clean, really pumped about it. Yeah, it's a super clean setup as compared to coming all the way up here, which I really wasn't super stoked on. It looked kind of messy and kind of an afterthought. So let's get to work. We're going to work on connecting everything here, getting the motor hanging on its own, and then we'll go from there. right, so as you can see, we've got everything, woo, that is hot. We got everything welded up for the most part. I left a few sections that are going to be basically finish welded once I pop the bushings out. I already burnt one bushing. I figured I was going to have to get some extra ones anyway, but just because it is kind of a pain to get these out, I left them in. They're pretty cheap. They're only a couple bucks a piece. So I'll get some new bushings eventually after we, get this thing pretty and powder coated and everything. I'll get some new bushings in there before we actually, final install this thing. So yeah, really excited. This thing probably weighs maybe like 20 pounds, which in comparison to the previous cross member is very, very light. So very happy with it. And like I said, the plates that I made worked out really well. We'll clean up some of these welds and stuff eventually. They came out pretty clean for the most part, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get it back on the motor and lift it up into place, see how it works. All right, I've got some adjustments to do. Anytime you weld something like this and get it all together, things are bound to move around just slightly with heat and whatnot, expansion and contraction. Overall, just initial look, super happy with how this turned out. Obviously the trans mount is pretty low key and just, very, very straight to the point, very usable. And same thing with the front now, very straightforward. Should have plenty of room for the exhaust to come up and meet up with the turbo. Still not sure if I'm going to go like stock style, aftermarket header, or build it myself with how low everything sits. I'm not quite sure yet. So again, it's in there. Super happy with where it's sitting. I do have some bracing I still need to do with the plate that I put in. I need to plate off the end of the rectangle channel there. I'm waiting on some measurements for the 6-speed. I want to see how wide it is based on pictures, and now that I'm looking at it, it might actually come really close right here. So I might have to do some additional clearancing, or I might bite the bullet and just keep the 5-speed, at least for now, for version 1. So lots to do still, but getting really close to being able to button everything up to the point where I can get it all ground down, nice and pretty. I'm going to get the suspension parts where they need to be. Again, I'm going to do some short little overview videos of those here at some point soon, but I've been itching to get this thing mounted and in. So let's do it one more time. I don't know if it was the last video or what it was, but suspended on its own. This is the first take. As much as I always feel like I should try this stuff first before I throw it on video, that is the first take. So super happy with the way that it turned out, and yeah, please keep watching. If you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming for this car. Obviously have to transplant this then into the car itself over there. So yeah, lots to do. A little bit at a time, we'll get it done. So have a great day. Again, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Hope you guys are getting pumped up around the build. Excited to see what comes next. Thanks a lot. See ya. Hey, me again. go check out these 2 videos below. It would help me a lot, and definitely make sure you subscribed. Go ahead and click the notification bell to make sure you get notified every time I post a new video. Hope you have a great day. See ya.